You appointed lawyers during your time between 2018 to 2020. Okay, when I mean council, when I mean you, I mean council. Now, the council appointed lawyers to represent the council during this period from between 2018 to 2023.
The council did not appoint a lawyer, I believe, till 2019.
Till 2019. Okay, and why is that?
Because our lawyer had left. My mother was the lawyer of the council.
Right.
And in our first general business, I informed the council that given the potential, maybe, conflicts that may arise, the lawyer has resigned after a decade of service under the tenure of Yankuba Koli.
I believe we have the resolution here, General Council resolution on the 31st of May 2018. I will want to show you this. It is part of the documents exhibited and marked as LGC/JC/KMC/007. Thank you. Right. The document 1214. 18, not 18. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yes.
Good. May I please have? Now the General Council resolution, I will read the second page. Sorry, the fourth page. Resolution 14 reads, whereas members want to avoid a potential conflict of interest regarding Amie Bensouda and Co. LP, who are the external retained lawyers of council. Whereas the aforementioned law firm submitted notice of termination of their contract due to the relationship that exists between the firm and the Lord Mayor. Whereas the aforementioned law firm wants to allow the council to choose a new legal advisor, resolve that Amie Bensouda and Co. LP be allowed to continue representing council as they have agreed to serve the notice period at no cost to council, and also assist the institution in that period to build an internal legal unit as well as hire new external advisors. Do you have the termination notice? A copy of it?
From the council?
Yes.
To Amie Bensouda and Co. I believe it should be with the council. I believe, what had happened after I had won the election, Amie Bensouda and Co. wrote to the council. They're the ones who actually wrote to the council.
Yes.
To ask the council that they must leave.
Yes.
Because now a son of Amie Bensouda has been elected Lord Mayor. So the council had a first general meeting where we decided, okay, we cannot be left without a lawyer before we find a new lawyer. So let them continue helping us at no cost, meaning voluntarily, to the council until we find a new lawyer. This was between the period May of 2018 to January of 2019.
Now, you want to request for the production of that? Yes.
Somebody is taking note.
Okay. Now, did you respond?
I believe so, because we hired a new lawyer.
Now, in that letter, we can see in resolution 14, it talked about helping the council to build an internal legal unit. Was it done?
No, the council decided against.
Do you have the resolution?
I believe it's in the minutes. It was debated.
Was the resolution passed to the effect?
No, because there was never a resolution made to get an internal legal unit. So there's no reason for a resolution to pass.
It was not needed to have a legal unit.
Pardon?
It wasn't needed at the time.
No, what I'm saying, in the debates, the General Council, it was decided to continue with external legal counsel.
It was also suggested that they will assist you to hire new external advisors.
You mean lawyers?
Yes.
Yes.
Was that done?
I cannot recall. What I recall was there was 3 lawyers provided that we should debate on, and there was a debate that ensued, and the council resolved on one of the lawyers.
And who are these 3 lawyers?
I will have to look at the minutes.
You have to look at the
minutes.
Correct. We will need the minutes of the General Council meeting. Now, who did you appoint in 2019?
We appointed Yasin Senghor.
What was the process that was followed in appointing Yasin Senghor of council?
I believe that is under the mandate of the CEO. I can't remember the exact.
You don't know?
Process. It's a long time.
So you have a lawyer that you appoint to advise council. You do not know how.
No, I did say there was 3 lawyers we were debating on.
Right.
Council debated and voted.
Right.
On 1 lawyer.
Right. And the hiring of lawyers must be subject to procurement, GPA regulations. You aware of this?
I think that's the mandate of the CEO under the contract.
Mr. Bensouda, you cannot say that's the mandate of the CEO. You have to know how your office of the council is governed.
I can offer my opinions.
It's not about opinion. It is about knowing what exists in council. You have SMTs, senior management meetings, all the time. But right?
Procurement.
You don't? I'm not saying you decide on procurement. I expect that there will be a contracts committee which you guys have in council. I am saying that for all expenditure, because if you pay a lawyer $1, it is coming from the taxpayers' money. And therefore the law requires that for all expenditure of council, they should be subject to procurement.
That's why I said I am not a member of the contracts committee. I am a member of the general body where it was debated.
Right.
I would have to go and get access to those documents to understand and to remember how the conclusion came to select Yasin Senghor. But in terms of the GPPA,
right,
said,
right,
in certain cases with specialized services,
right,
such as architects, such as consultants, such as lawyers, etc. I believe the council can single source.
Where is it stated?
Well, I will have to find that section. It's in the GPPA.
That even in the case of lawyers or engineers or so and so forth, you said?
No, I said in certain specialized fields.
Right.
In my time in business in Gambia,
yeah.
Somebody can say I'm wrong. I've never seen an advertisement for a lawyer.
You cannot see an advertisement. The law requires that there has to be a request for proposal.
There was, like I said, 3 lawyers that we were debating on, pros and cons, and we settled on Yasin Senghor.
Did Yasin Senghor send a proposal?
Process in which we settled on that lawyer is something that I will have to review during the minutes of the debate. Did
Yasin Senghor send a proposal?
I have to review that.
You have to remember. And the names of the other lawyers as well that you've contacted that would have sent a proposal as well?
3 lawyers. I can't remember the names. One thing though, I remember was I think Yasin was already a member of our establishment and appointments committee.
Right.
It's a subject matter specialist.
Right.
That I remember.
What subject matter specialist?
In the Local Government Act, in setting up committees,
right,
the council has the discretion of inviting subject matter specialists
yes,
from the general public
yes,
to assist the committees
right,
in developing recommendations.
So what is Yasin Senghor's subject matter specialist?
She's in the Establishment and Appointments Committee as a legal expert.
As a legal expert. And how was she appointed?
I think through the council.
How? What is the process?
The mayor puts up names and the council adopts them.
So you put up names?
Pardon?
You gave the council names to choose from. How many names?
All the committees.
How many names of lawyers did you give them so that they can choose from those names?
For the appointments committee?
Yes.
Just one.
Which names are there?
There's no procurement process for appointment for committees.
No. You said the mayor submit names and the council choose from.
Was on the establishment committee. There was Modu, an HR expert, Modu Gay.
Back to the question. You said that you submit names and then council choose from. Now, did you submit names and council choose from? And then they choose?
What I'm saying, committees of council are established by the general council. The council tasks the mayor to come up with names. The only person I appoint is the chairperson, which is in the act. I have the right to appoint the chairperson of every committee. Then I present names of councillors based on their CVs who could serve on different committees, and then I can present subject matter specialists who I believe can volunteer and assist council.
You didn't say that earlier. Maybe you misspoke, but you didn't say that earlier. What you said was you submitted names and council chose from.
Names of committee members.
We were discussing the issue of the lawyer. That is the discussion.
Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt. I was taking you back.
Right.
I said I am aware that Yasin was, before chosen as a lawyer, was already working with the council in the capacity of a subject matter specialist,
right,
serving and volunteering on the establishment of appointment.
Was that why she was appointed or given a contract to be?
That may have been her. I don't know for sure. I must refer back to the minutes because she already understood the contract.
It is correct. Is it not correct? We have evidence that we have gathered that you did not subject this to procurement process. The appointment of Yasin Senghor was not subjected to any form of procurement process. Is that a correct statement?
I wouldn't know right here now. What I will say is I have to refer back to the minutes, both of the contracts committee and of the council, and I must review the processes and the debates that were held to vote and decide for Yasin to be held.
We have asked GPPA this, we have asked the procurement officers this, and there is no evidence that Ms. Senghor, in her appointment as counsel for the council, was not subjected to any form of procurement process.
I would have to do my own research based on the minutes.
Would that be wrong? That if you do not subject that to procurement process, would that be wrong, going by GPPA regulations?
Well, I would have to check the GPPA regulations first.
Good. Now, would it not have been proper to leave the contracts committee give its mandate, because they are mandated to make decisions in relation to procurement, that the hiring of lawyers are subjected to the normal process?
No, the council can override the mayor, the council can override the CEO, the council can override any committee. It's the ultimate power in the region.
Override would suggest that there have already been decisions made by these committees. No, we don't see that if you have to override, there would have been a decision that you are overriding.
So the council is an executive body.
Yes.
It can decide to consult committees.
Right.
It can decide to consult the administration.
Yes.
It can decide to consult the CEO.
Right.
Which we would encourage. But they may decide without any of them through a resolution.
Even in procurement matters.
Even in procurement matters.
Where? Mr. Bensouda, where?
It's the law.
Where? Show us. We are here, all of us, to learn.
The council is the executive power in the...
Yes.
That's why when the council decides and debates, the debates will arise. What processes we engage? What systems must we do?
Yes.
We consulted our lawyer. But the point I'm making across is the council has the executive authority to decide. Now, in terms of
that's wrong
decision,
totally wrong.
Whether the decision abides by regulation, whether the decision abides by process, whether the decision abides by is for the regulatory authorities, such as the GPPA, such as the FPAC, such as the Ministry of Local Government, to bring that matter to the attention of
wrong.
And at any point in time, has not the ministry or GPPA or FPAC or the Local Government Accounts Committee brought the matter of the lawyer as in contravention of any GPPA rule?
That's their issue. I'm not concerned with that. That is their issue. If they did not bring the issue of the appointment of the lawyers, it is best known to them. Now, what concerns me is that what I think is right, going by the law. Now, I can be wrong. Now, I can be correct, but I'm not bound by those institutions and what they think. Okay. The idea that procurement is a must, that you must follow, is not subject to any regulation. Now, if you can point to us in the Local Government Act that has given council the overriding power to disregard procurement processes, you can show us.
I think we are talking about two different things with respect to council. What I'm saying, we had a debate whether the council has the authority to appoint a lawyer, and I said yes, in the affirmative.
Right.
Now, whether that procurement has gone through the right process, that is for the oversight bodies to refer the council. GPPA is there, the FPAC is there, the local government ministry is there, the local government accounts committee is there, and never a time in my 5 years in office has there been anybody who has brought that to the attention of the council.
Until today.
That's why this process is important to help improve local governance.
No, it's not important. But until today, so that all you have to do is answer the question in relation to the way and manner it is being asked. The idea that the FPAC or the auditors or any institution didn't bring this thing up is of no benefit to this commission. Understand that? The law requires, the Local Government Act and Finance and Audit Act 2004 requires on page in section 18 that all procurement by a local government authority shall be carried out in accordance with the Gambia Public Procurement Act and the monetary thresholds and regulations prescribed by and under that act. So it is a requirement. You don't have a discretion.
I believe the council is the executive authority. If the council debates and believes this is the best process, I see there's nothing wrong with that. If the authorities that are responsible to exercise oversight on the councils have not flagged it as an issue.
Mr. Bensouda, are the powers of council to pass resolutions absolute?
They are absolute.
Where? Show us.
It's in the local government.
No, you see, when I ask you a question,
be patient.
I am very patient. Everyone that knows me knows I am patient. The idea that you are making vacuum arguments without substantiating those arguments, no, you can disagree with me. I will welcome that. I have no problem with that. The idea, because I have found, I think your arguments are vacuum without it being substantiated.
Is that a question or you're making
it is a question. So you can respond to that. I think
you said think. What I'm saying is that the council, it says you can refer to the local government powers of the council.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can find it in part 5.
Which page?
Part 5, which is powers and functions of local government institution. I think section 48 sub 1. Sub 1. Can you check that? Maybe that would be helpful.
Subject to the provisions of this act.
Is that what you're looking for?
This is part of it. I did see a first section, but this section is relevant. So thank you, Madam Chair, for that. Thank you so much. The first section is the establishment of councils, section 10. Of the local government, page 15.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Section 10, number 5, each council shall be vested with the legislative power of the local government area and be answerable to the governor. The legislative power of the council shall be exercised by bylaws passed by the council in accordance with this act and signed by the governor. Then you move to section 48, the general powers of a council.
Section 48. Yes.
Subject to the provisions of this act and any other enactment, a council shall, with its area of jurisdiction, exercise all political and executive powers and functions, all political and executive powers and functions, which makes their power absolute.
I see. Maybe you have gone to law school and I do not know. And it's really impressive. But the idea that you will put in the word absolute when it is not there would not be correct. Would not be correct. And the idea that the powers of council would be absolute, even you would not like that. The idea that the government's powers would be absolute without check, even you would not agree with that. You understand? And more so than anything, the section you talked about or just read, the general powers, section 48 sub 1, it says subject to the provisions of this act and any other enactment. So the local government councils on this land, the central government, institutions of this country are bound to follow regulations that guide them. And it's not just cherry picking. It's not just an idea of not agreeing. We all sometimes do not agree with some of the provisions of various laws. That's why lawyers challenge them in court. That's why I said earlier on, their opinions would not matter unless they challenge it and they have the law being addressed by the competent body, which is the Supreme Court. So this it talks about any other enactment.
So, lead counsel.
Yes.
I don't know if you're familiar with our Supreme Court case.
Yes.
Which was in 2003, sorry, 2023.
Right.
Which we launched against Gambia government.
Right.
And the IGP.
Yes.
And the Attorney Generals.
Right.
Where the Supreme Court declared that the councils are highly autonomous bodies, right, and have the right to self-determination.
Yes.
So if the council so determines,
yes,
that this is the best course of action,
right,
even if it's in contravention of certain policies, etc., I think the government has set up bodies to guide the council.
Right.
And I think the most powerful body is the parliament and the minister, right, and in this case, GPPA, right, to ask the council, yeah, to do course correction. Right. That's why when I state, I'm not saying that it is right to do something that is in contravention of any act. Right. I am saying that the checks and balances are supposed to be in place, yes, to guide the council to make the best decisions, right, that will be of benefit to, right, the general public. Right. That's why in the exercise of the finances of the council, just like the Finance and Audit Act says, right, which you are very familiar with, right, the councils are answerable to only two people as far as their finances are concerned, or two bodies. Yeah. The first body is the electorate. The council is accountable for local taxes to the electorate. Right. The second body, if monies have been received from the central government or parliament, they are accountable to FPAC. So when I say the council has made this decision, I am saying with the information at the time available to them, they made the best decision for the region. Right. If no other body brings it to our attention, that's why I disagree when you say this setup is irrelevant. I believe this setup is highly relevant. That's why I'm here to provide also evidence and recommendations.
Which setup is that?
This is the Local Government Commission of Inquiry.
No.
It's highly relevant to ensure that the various...
I did not say this setup is irrelevant.
And I said that's why we are here.
I will not be here and say it's irrelevant.
Okay, then sorry for that.
Yes.
I think that is part of the reason we are here.
Right.
Even me in my council, there are decisions that are made, right, that are not necessarily what I think is, right, the best, but it's a democratic process, and what is decided, I stand by it.
Let me come.
I support it.
Let me address that issue. The judgment you have referred to, I agree with entirely. And I had said that before the judgment was passed. The idea that communications must pass through the permanent secretary would not be correct. Would not be correct. I don't think it was correct before. I don't think it was correct then. I don't think it's correct now. Because there's a Local Government Service Commission that was set up, and the law is very clear on that. So the permanent secretary testified here, sat where you are sitting, and it was strongly put to the permanent secretary that the question that communication must pass through the area councils, from the area councils to the permanent secretary would be wrong. entirely wrong. You understand that? So that's different. The Supreme Court, however, did not say that the council should not and have a discretion not to abide by GDPR regulations or other acts. The Supreme Court cannot say that. It is not in judgment. So that the autonomy of council is not absolute, means it is subject to regulations. Remember, when the National Assembly passes regulations, or regulations are passed in the prescribed manner, they become enforceable. So that you don't stand alone. God forbid the day our institutions stand alone. So that's the idea. So the judgment did not say that. The judgment, in fact, stresses the point that laws should be followed, so that the permanent secretary would have been wrong in demanding things that are not prescribed by law. So we are on the same page on that aspect.
Is there a question?
No, I'm making a comment based on what you have said. Based on what you have said. So
it's trying to, maybe our debate is happening in several parallels. But like I said, when we come back to the issue at hand, what I am saying is the council as a body had 3 options to decide, and they chose the best option based on the information available to them. Now, in terms of
the law, Mr. Bensouda, you will agree with me.
Can I finish my statement?
Go ahead.
Now, in the issue of you stating that there's GPPA regulation or requirements that the council contravened, I said I would have to refer to the minutes of both the contracts committee, if they're available, and the council as to how that decision came about, to be in a better position to submit my evidence as to exactly what has happened or transpired.
Very well. Then we'll wait for that tomorrow. I think you'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, somebody is taking note.